Trump confirms Iran and Israel ceasefire, 12-day conflict ends.
President Trump announces Iran and Israel agree to ceasefire after 12 days of tensions. Tehran denies Israel's silent. President Donald Trump announced on June 23, Washington time, that Iran and Israel had agreed to end hostilities after 12 days of intense conflict. The statement was posted on Truth Social just hours after Iran launched a missile strike on a U.S. military base in Qatar in response to American airstrikes targeting Iranian nuclear facilities. Israel and Iran have both fully agreed to a total and complete ceasefire to begin in approximately 6 hours once final operations are concluded. Within 12 hours, the war will be considered over, Trump wrote on Truth Social. Officially, Iran will begin the ceasefire, and by the 12th hour, Israel will follow. By the 24th hour, the world will witness the official end of the 12-day war. During this time, both sides are expected to remain peaceful and respectful, he added. Assuming the plan proceeds as expected, and I believe it will, Trump said, I congratulate both nations, Israel and Iran, for having the strength, courage, and wisdom to end what we should now call the 12-day war. However, neither Tehran nor Jerusalem has issued any official response to Trump's statement. Unconfirmed reports on social media claim that Israel continued its airstrikes on targets in Tehran even after the US president's post. An Iranian official told CNN that Tehran has not received any ceasefire proposal and dismissed Trump's statement as a distraction. At this moment, the enemy is still attacking Iran, and Iran is preparing to escalate its counterattacks. No one is listening to the enemy's lies, the official asserted. The Iran-Israel conflict erupted on June 13, when the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, launched a series of airstrikes targeting multiple military and nuclear facilities across Iran. These included assassinations of top Iranian commanders and nuclear scientists. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated the operation was aimed at preventing Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons. Iran, which insists its nuclear program is peaceful, responded by firing missiles into Israeli territory.
Iran confirms ceasefire, yet clashes with Israel persist.
Iranian state television has officially announced a ceasefire with Israel, and former US President Donald Trump confirmed that the 12-day war has come to an end. However, missile attacks against Israel have reportedly continued, and the Israeli government has yet to issue a formal response to the ceasefire agreement. Trump's announcement came after more than a week of intense cross-border missile exchanges between Iran and Israel, and just one day after US bombers struck several of Iran's nuclear facilities. Yet, roughly 2 hours after the announcement, it remained unclear whether the ceasefire was being fully implemented. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi stated that the Iranian military fought to the last minute, with combat reportedly ceasing at 4 a.m. local time on June 24th, the time the ceasefire was scheduled to take effect. An Israeli military spokesperson declined to comment, but shortly before the 4 a.m. deadline, waves of Israeli missile strikes continued to pound Iranian territory in what was described as one of the most intense barrages since the outbreak of hostilities. Israel also confirmed that air raid sirens were activated across its territory as Iran continued to fire missiles in retaliation. Such flare-ups during the early hours of a ceasefire are not uncommon in regional conflicts, as both sides often complete final operations before fully laying down their weapons. Trump's declaration came only hours after Iran launched missiles at Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, the largest US military installation in the Middle East, in retaliation for American airstrikes on Iranian nuclear sites. Iran reportedly issued advance warnings to minimize casualties. Al Udeid hosts around 10,000 American troops and serves as the headquarters for U.S. Central Command (SEETCOM) in the region. Following Trump's social media post, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance stated that the conflict appeared to be nearly over and expressed hope that there was now a real chance to restart a genuine peace process. As usual, however, Trump was less cautious in tone. Israel and Iran have fully agreed to a total and complete ceasefire, he wrote on Truth Social. He added that the agreement would be implemented in phases as both sides completed ongoing military operations. Some Israeli officials had previously hinted that the fighting could be nearing an end. On Sunday evening, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated that Israel was very, very close to achieving its objectives in the war with Iran, though he did not provide a timeline for ending the military campaign.